Is King James heading to Dallas? I am Will Scott. Welcome in to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. There was this shocking report from Shams Charania earlier today saying Kyrie Irving is trying to recruit Lakers star LeBron James to the Dallas Mavericks. Here is the tweet that set NBA Twitter ablaze. Sources: Kyrie Irving has reached out to Lakers star LeBron James in attempts to see if LeBron would come to Dallas. Irving is a free agent this offseason. This is an unexpected twist. I think all of us were expecting the exact opposite to happen, where LeBron is recruiting Kyrie to LA. This was not supposed to be how this went down, where Kyrie is recruiting LeBron to Dallas, and Kyrie's the one that's a free agent here, right? He should be the one getting recruited, not the one doing the recruiting. This is a shocking twist, and this is an official report. This is not some clickbait thing you see online. This is from Shams Charania, who knows his stuff. Chris Haynes confirmed it as well. At this point, it does seem like LeBron is exploring all options for his next move in the NBA. I don't think he's retiring. That's not going to happen. But you heard him in that press conference after the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets that he's got a lot to think about. That's what he said, and maybe that includes thinking about some other options outside of LA. Chris Haynes said this in Bleacher Report. The Mavericks were preparing to make an offer for James last season when the Lakers were spiraling, sources say, despite James being ineligible for a trade last season due to the date of his extension. But the Lakers made a string of trades near the deadline that changed the trajectory of their season. So not only has Kyrie been recruiting LeBron to Dallas, but Dallas has been apparently in on LeBron James before. Chris Haynes saying that earlier this season, they went after LeBron James when the Lakers were struggling out of the playoff picture, but instead of trading LeBron, Rob Pelinka made some huge moves at the deadline to improve the roster, and the Lakers eventually made the Western Conference Finals, which leads me to believe they should run it back next year. Yeah, you can improve the roster, certainly, but this is a team that was playing like one of the best teams in the NBA after the trade deadline. I do believe that should be enough to convince LeBron to come back to LA if he wants to continue to play in the league. Coming off the playoffs, where he had 24.5 points per game, 9.9 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists per game in the playoffs. Really struggled from three-point range down. So here's just a trade idea that we threw together here. And, I mean, I don't know if I would take this for LeBron, but it's going to take a lot to get him. The Mavericks traded their not their whole roster, but traded some key guys for Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Dorian Finney-Smith. So the Mavericks would get LeBron James. The Lakers received Tim Hardaway Jr., Davis Bertans, Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, the first-round pick this year, which is number 10 overall, and a 2027 first-round pick. Now, is that enough to trade for LeBron James? Some people would say, oh, my God, you're talking about one of the greatest players ever, top 2 all time, still a top 10 player in the league, arguably. Other people might say, how much longer does LeBron have left? This is not going to be a Kevin Durant type of package when you're talking about LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron is still a really good player, but my goodness, what is his trade value? After a couple weeks ago, they say he's considering retirement. I do not know what his trade value is after that. I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon. I think he has at least 2 or 3 years left. But still, I do not know if that package will be enough to trade for LeBron, even though his trade value is probably not as good now as it once was. Will LeBron be a Laker next season? L for Lakers, O for other, down in the comment section. I'm going to say L. I do believe he will remain a member of this Lakers team. However, if he does get moved, we're going to have you covered. Be sure to subscribe. It's going to be a big offseason for the Lake Show, so smash that subscribe button below. Also, turn on your notifications, because if any moves happen, we're going to get you guys a vid. So be sure to subscribe and turn on your noties. This has been mentioned before. Obviously, the possibility of LeBron maybe playing with Luka Doncic. LeBron has been very high on Luka for the last several years. Here is what Brian Windhorst, who is the LeBron beat reporter, obviously, knows his stuff, said about LeBron and Luka. He does have an affinity for Luka. That's not exactly a hot take. when Luka signed with Nike, he wanted Luka to be a LeBron shoe guy, kind of like Jordan has all these guys. Here's his connections to Dallas. I mean, Kyrie Irving, obviously his former teammate. Those two still have a great relationship after winning a championship together in Cleveland. Luka Doncic, he thinks very highly of Luka. Maybe would want to play with Luka. Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, former Nike exec, obviously. Those two have a connection. And then Jared Dudley as well as former teammates. So there's some connections here with the Dallas Mavericks, maybe enough to make LeBron interested in a trade to Dallas. Now, the cap logistics will make this difficult, but the chance LeBron leaves is non-zero. Let's say LeBron comes to the conclusion that he wants to leave L.A., and the only place he's willing to go is Dallas. What are the Lakers going to do? Right? They're not going to trade him to Dallas. They would figure something out, but certainly it's a non-zero chance LeBron leaves LA. Now, I'd be surprised if he's not back next year, but again, it's certainly a possibility that he goes elsewhere. You can go bet on the finals at BetUS. If you go to chatsports.com/Lakers, use that promo code Lakers125, you're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean? That means if you put $100 into your account, you're going to start with $225 in your account. It's a great deal. Go and take advantage of it. Got the Game 3 odds for Wednesday night. Denver is a 2.5-point favorite. Miami is once again being disrespected by Vegas. I've made some money off the Heat this postseason. I might have to keep it going with them. The total is at 214.5. You can go bet on the game. Also bet on Finals MVP and some other props at BetUS. Again, chatsports.com/Lakers. Promo code Lakers125. Taking a look at LeBron's career stats, obviously one of the greatest to ever do it. Top 2 all time, undoubtedly. 27.2 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, 7.3 assists per game, shooting over 50% from the floor in his career. He used to be a little bit better from three-point range. 34.5% career mark from three-point range. If LeBron wants to move out of L.A., I think they'll accommodate him. Now, he's been obviously wonderful to this organization, to the fan base, the community in L.A., won the Lakers a championship. So if he does want a trade, I feel like the Lakers would accommodate him and send him to whatever destination he wants to go to. Where does LeBron rank among all-time Lakers greats? Let me know down in the comments section. Where does LeBron rank all time? Let's talk about Boogie Cousins now. You're bringing him back. He's tearing it up in Puerto Rico this summer. Can he make a return to the NBA? There's been a lot of buzz on Twitter about that recently. Taking a look at his stats the last season he was in the NBA, which was with the Denver Nuggets in 2021-2022, 9 points per game, 5.6 rebounds per game, 46% from the floor, 30.3% from three. So decent numbers in Denver, and he could be a good backup big in LA. I'm a little bit surprised, obviously, that no one picked him up. He was actually pretty good. He was more durable last year than he was in previous years. So I'm a little bit surprised he never got picked up, but he certainly has a good opportunity right now in Puerto Rico, and I think he would upgrade the depth at the center position. There's no question about that. I feel like that has to be a priority for the Lakers this offseason, getting more center depth. Boogie might make a lot of sense. Should the Lakers sign Boogie Cousins? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comment section. Should LA sign Boogie Cousins?